Thanks for listening to another ep of 21 Questions. My name's Mike. I run trivia shows. I'm glad you're here. Let's go. Question 1. How many playing cards, not including jokers, blanks, manufacturer's logo cards, just the actual cards themselves, are in a standard deck of cards? It's also known as a French deck, did you know? That's 52, as in 52 Pickup, that game that your sister makes you play when you're a kid and throws the cards everywhere. It's so much fun. Question 2. Which Sesame Street character's main purpose is teaching children how to count? This is not the hardest question I've ever asked. It's the Count. Did you know the Count's real name is Count von Count? Or Count Van Count in some tellings of the story. There you go. They really worked hard naming him. Question 3. It's a tennis question. Mats Wilander is a former tennis champion born in which country? Is it Sweden? Is it Norway? Is it Germany? Mats Wilander. He was Swedish. Question 4. Is it true or false in this podcast? Every single episode. True or false? Transylvania, famed as the home of Count Dracula, is a real city in Lithuania. Well, that's false. Transylvania is a real city, but it's in Romania. Question 5. Which religion was founded in the mid-1800s by Joseph Smith? That's the Latter-day Saint movement. Most people call them the Mormons. Question 6 was, where do you want to go today? A slogan associated with Google, Apple, or Microsoft. Where do you want to go today was a slogan associated with Microsoft. Question 7. Is an apothecary an ancient version of a pharmacist, a doctor, or a dentist? I'm off to the apothecary to get my script filled. That's a pharmacist or a chemist, we sometimes call them in Australia. After question 7, we do the first clues for the Who Am I for the ep. Who am I? I was born on March 14, 1948 in New York City, and I'm known as a stand-up comedian, an actor, and a filmmaker. I debuted as an actor in a sitcom called Soap, playing a character called Jody Dallas, who was one of the first gay characters portrayed on American television. I've hosted the Oscars 9 times, second only to Bob Hope. Do you know who that is yet? More clues coming up after question 14 if you do not. For now, though, geography, question 8. Is Cape Horn in South Africa or South America? Now, I realise I'm mixing a country and a continent there, but that's okay. Cape Horn is in Chile, or Chile if you went to state school. Question 9. It starts with B, and it's the country that won the recently held Eurovision Song Contest. Who's that? That's Bulgaria, and Eurovision has been going for 70 years, and Bulgaria has never won it, so it's dancing in the streets in Bulgaria. Question 10. After the Pacific Ocean, which is the world's second largest ocean? That's the Atlantic Ocean. The order goes Pacific, then Atlantic, then the Indian. Then there's some minor ones that no one cares about. Question 11. True or false? The vast majority of FA Cup finals have been played at Wembley Stadium. That's true. Now, there have been 2 Wembley stadiums. The first was built in 1923. They closed it in 2000 and started building a new one in the exact same spot where the old one stood, and it opened in 2007. Whilst they rebuilt that stadium, they played the FA Cup final at Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. Did you know the new Wembley Stadium has 2,618 toilets, more than any other venue in the world? That's a lot of potties, just saying. Question 12. Which brass musical instrument is the only one to feature a part named the slide? It's right there in the name. It's the slide trombone. They call it the slide trombone because there's also an obscure musical instrument you don't see very often called a valve trombone. And I know that for a fact because I played that in high school, which incidentally is also why I didn't have a girlfriend until I left high school. Good, I'm not bitter. Question 13. If the local currency of the country you're in is the rupiah, are you in Indonesia or India? Indonesia has the rupiah, India has the rupee. Question 14. What's the collective noun for asteroids? For example, there's a pride of lions, a school of fish. What do we call a group of asteroids? That's a belt. It's a belt of asteroids, mate. Hey, mate, check out the belt of asteroids up there. You know, we say that all the time. More clues now for the Who Am I? It's the American actor, stand-up comedian, filmmaker. Who am I? I'm known for starring opposite Robert De Niro in the Analyze This movies. There was Analyze This, and I think a year or two later, Analyze That. And for the City Slickers movies of the early 1990s. I also provided the voice of Mike Wazowski in Monsters, Inc. Have you worked it out yet? More clues after question 20 if you need them, even if you don't. Question 15. It starts with H. It's the name of a famous telescope launched in 1990. What is it? That's the Hubble telescope, named after the astronomer Edwin Hubble, who proved the universe contained many more galaxies than just our own. Nice one, Eddie. Question 16. Speaking of galaxies, etc., in Star Wars, what was the name of Han Solo's spacecraft, the one that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs? That's the Millennium Falcon. And that's the fun of sci-fi, of writing sci-fi. You can say whatever you want. It made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, and everyone goes, ooh. Is that impressive? I have no idea. Question 17 coming at you. On which continent is Timbuktu? Timbuktu is in Africa. We shall all assemble in Timbuktu exactly 1 year from now. I'll see you there. Question 18. Which Arab country has been a kingdom since 1932 and has the world's second largest oil reserves? That's Saudi Arabia. Would it surprise you to know that Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserve? Just saying. Question 19, as always, is still alive or not so much. I give you a name and you decide in your own mind if you think that person is still alive or not so much. Today, it's Jane Fonda, the American actor, the activist, also, inexplicably, a fitness guru of the 1980s, did all these workout videos. Is Jane Fonda still alive or not so much? Jane Fonda is still alive. She's 88 years old and still going strong. Nice one, Jane. Question 20 is a music question. The song Happy Together was a 1956 hit for which American band? Not an easy question, really. I think a lot of people would know the song Happy Together. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. Anyway, that was by a band called The Turtles. The Turtles, they had that song that you would probably know, and also another one called Eleanor that I think you would know too if you heard it. But I've already done my quota of singing for this episode, and every time I do, I listen to the episode back and go, do not sing at the people. Happy Together, though, I've got a history with that song because I think it was 2016 or so, I was in New York and there was a band doing live karaoke, and I thought to myself, and I may have had a little drink or two, I thought to myself, I don't know about anybody in this town, and nobody in this town knows me. I'm going to go sing with the band. And I went through the playlist. They didn't have much that I knew, but they had that one. They had Happy Together by the Turtles, and I sang that. And the person I was with went to video it, but because she'd had a little drink as well, she took one photo of me doing it, thinking she was videoing it. Held the phone up the entire 3 minutes. Didn't get any of it. Anyway, it happened. I've got a single photo of it to prove it. Never mind, we'll move on. Final clues now for the Who Am I? Who am I? I'm known for hosting Comic Relief with Whoopi Goldberg and Robin Williams to raise money for the homeless, but I'm probably best known as Harry opposite Meg Ryan's Sally in When Harry Met Sally. Classic movie. Who's that? That's Billy Crystal. I like Billy Crystal. He's good. Okay. That's 21 questions done for another episode. We move now to the player questions. That's where I invite you, the listener, to send me a trivia question and I will ask the group. It's just a bit of fun that we do at the end of each episode. Last episode, Lynn sent in, what was the maiden name of Posh Spice before she married David Beckham? I didn't know it, and now that I've Googled it, I still don't recognise it, but she was Victoria Adams. Curious to know if everyone just knew that immediately and that's just a gap in my knowledge, or if you're all as clueless as I am. But Victoria Adams became Victoria Beckham. This episode, I like this one. It's an international question. I love it when I get those because it's just, I don't know. I know I have a lot of listeners in other countries, but it's just nice to hear from them. This episode, Jason from Colorado asks, in which American city was the sitcom Mork and Mindy set? Speaking of Robin Williams, as we just were a minute ago, in which American city was the sitcom Mork and Mindy set? Thank you, Jason from Colorado. We'll do that answer next episode. Beautiful people, that is another episode of 21 Questions in the Books. Now, we all have a project to save for the 21 Questions convention in Timbuktu exactly 1 year from now. I think this episode, let me just see, this is episode 58. It will come out on June the 9th. Tuesday, June the 9th, we shall meet. It'll probably be Wednesday, the 9th of June in Timbuktu. Next year, I should look and see if they've got a hotel big enough to accommodate us all. But I'm sure they do. There'll be a caravan park. There'll be something nice. Anyway, we'll worry about the details closer to the time. For now, though, this podcast comes out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I love bringing it to you. Thank you so much for your feedback and your comments and your support generally. If you'd like to get a message to me, the way to do that is via Facebook. 21 Questions by Trivia Tribe is my Facebook page. Or you can email me, mike@triviatribe.com.au. Thank you for listening. I love you. Catch you next time.